Well, there are two possibilities. If it's a technological object, then it might maneuver itself. We haven't seen such a maneuver so far. But the other possibility is that it may release some other objects that reach the planets, and it will continue along its course to the next star. And we just need to keep our eyes on the ball, the way that basketball coaches often say to the team members.
The more scientists dig into this mysterious interstellar visitor, the stranger it becomes. Imagine an object racing through our solar system at an astonishing 61 kilometers per second relative to the Sun, so fast it makes everything else in our cosmic neighborhood feel sluggish. Right now, it's about 2.56 astronomical units away, which means it's already deep inside Jupiter's orbit, cutting across our backyard at breakneck speed. And you can almost sense the unease in the voices of astronomers as they describe it. This isn't just another space rock. Its journey is far from random. In fact, the object is heading straight for Perihelion, the point closest to the Sun, which it will reach in late October 2025. That alone is thrilling, but what makes people's skin crawl is its origin. Tracing its path backward, scientists realized it came from the direction of the Sagittarius constellation, the same region where mysterious radio signals, like the famous 1977 WOW signal, were once detected. Suddenly, the sense of coincidence starts to feel a little too sharp. And here's where the story really takes a twist. This isn't the first time objects like this one, nicknamed 3I Atlas, have come streaming from that same cosmic direction. But recently, scientists noticed strange behavior from it, almost as if it were waking up. They've now urged constant monitoring, especially when it makes a dangerously close pass by Mars on October 3, 2025. You can hear the tension when they speak. It's no longer just curiosity, it's vigilance. Because here's the question that lingers in the air. Is this even natural? We're not just talking about a random rock tumbling through space. This thing is roughly the size of Manhattan barreling toward us, and astrophysicists whisper, sometimes openly, that there's a chance, however small, it's engineered, a craft, alien in origin. That thought alone has electrified scientific circles, sparking debates that sound more like science fiction than cold astronomy. When scientists aimed the Very Large Telescope in Chile at the object, they expected to see the usual cosmic recipe, iron to nickel gas streaming off as the sun's heat struck it. That's what happens with comets, asteroids, space dust. Both elements are forged together in stars, and they almost always appear in tandem. But to their shock, only nickel showed up. The iron was missing, completely. And you can almost hear the gasp in the observatory room when that anomaly appeared in the data. Why nickel and not iron? That's the puzzle. One possibility, something is releasing nickel selectively, almost as if it's designed to, as if iron is being kept in check. And then came another curveball, cyanide. Yes, cyanide gas appeared in its plume, along with an unusual surge in nickel. Now, cyanide itself isn't rare in comets, but the sheer pattern of its release was deeply abnormal. Both elements spiked much too quickly, like something far more controlled than ice simply evaporating in sunlight. Natural comets sublimate steadily, heat them up, and they release gases in a predictable rhythm. But 3I Atlas, its emissions shot upward far faster than models predict. That's not a comet behaving normally. That's a system behaving differently. Some scientists, like Harvard Avi Loeb, go so far as to suggest these gas signatures may not be natural at all. Instead, they might be the fingerprints of technology. Imagine that, a spacecraft shedding gases not as nature dictates, but as engineered materials respond to heat. Think about it. If this object had components built mostly from nickel alloys with little or no iron, then the sun's heat could explain why only nickel gas is pouring off. Loeb even notes that advanced engineering often uses nickel coatings, adhesives, and specialized composites. Under extreme heat, such substances might release nickel or cyanide, chemicals that wouldn't normally stream from a comet. It's a mind-bending thought. We might be watching machinery respond to a star, not a comet cracking apart. And the mysteries pile up. Scientists also detected an unusual flood of carbon dioxide streaming from the object, far more than expected. Loeb suggests that this could make sense if the object had some sort of industrial origin, not a natural one. What's more, recent observations hint that it might even be generating its own light, not reflecting sunlight, but producing light. That would mean, dare we say it, power. Energy. Could it actually be nuclear-powered? The implications make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. If this glow were only sunlight bouncing off it, its physical size would have to be far larger than Manhattan Island. Instead, its true size seems smaller, meaning the light might be coming from within. Now imagine scientists putting all these clues together: a precisely guided trajectory, unusual material release, mysterious glowing. This isn't how comets act. And then comes one more twist of the knife: the object's path. Instead of tumbling in on a random angle like other interstellar objects, this one threads its way almost perfectly along the ecliptic, the same flat plane where all the planets orbit. That kind of alignment is practically unheard of in nature, but it's perfect for something trying to get close to multiple planets, exactly the way we, humans, design spacecraft trajectories like Voyager to use planetary flybys for observation. At some point, you stop calling it coincidence. At some point, you wonder, are we being visited?
One of the most important things to remember about this strange traveler is that despite all the buzz, it will never come anywhere near Earth. In fact, when it makes its closest approach to the Sun in late October 2025, our planet will be safely tucked away on the opposite side. That distance gives us a front-row seat to watch without being in danger. Still, scientists stress that the path it takes near the Sun could be telling. If it suddenly shifts course, even slightly, that would raise some eyebrows, because natural comets don't usually make surprise maneuvers. And that's where the story gets almost eerie. Its path isn't just unusual, it's razor-precise, threading through the solar system in a way that feels more like intention than accident. Some researchers can't help but compare it to our own Voyager probes, designed to drift outward while blending into the cosmic background. Imagine something out there, disguised as just another dusty comet, but secretly built for exploration. Stranger still, this object came from one of the most enigmatic corners of the sky, the same region tied to mysterious radio signals we've been puzzling over for decades. So what if this isn't random at all? Some scientists have floated an idea that links directly to the dark forest hypothesis, the unsettling thought that advanced civilizations may choose to stay quiet, hiding in plain sight to avoid drawing attention in a potentially hostile universe. From that perspective, a comet-like disguise would be the perfect way to slip into a star system without being noticed, not because they're hostile, but because they know better than to announce themselves loudly in a cosmos that might not be friendly. Naturally, this has astronomers preparing their best instruments for the show. On October 3, 2025, the object will sweep past Mars, and NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, with its powerful high-rise camera, will try to capture it. The images won't be razor-sharp, but they'll still reveal whether this visitor shines with its own light or merely reflects the sun. If it does glow, that alone could be groundbreaking, the first close-up look at an interstellar visitor from the surface of another planet. And it won't just be Mars watching. Other spacecraft, like NASA's Psyche mission and ESA's JUICE probe, could also catch a glimpse as it passes through. For scientists, this is huge, a chance not only to gather data, but to witness, up close, a piece of the wider galaxy wandering into our solar system. Of course, this isn't our first brush with something strange from interstellar space. Back in 2017, we had Oumuamua, the first recognized interstellar visitor. At first, it seemed like a elongated rock just passing through. But then came the oddities, a sudden, unexplained acceleration, no comet-like tail, and no clear explanation for what powered its motion. Still, the mainstream consensus was to treat it as natural, and by the time voices like Avi Loeb suggested it might be something more, it had already vanished into the darkness, out of reach. A moment lost. That's why 3i Atlas feels like a second chance. It's displaying its own set of mysteries, its own unusual behaviors. This time, scientists know better than to brush it aside. Whether it's natural or something far more extraordinary, we've learned one lesson: never ignore an interstellar visitor. Because one day we might look back and realize we had proof of something world-changing right in front of us, and we let it slip away. So here we are again, watching the sky, waiting for answers, and daring to ask the big question: what exactly is racing toward our sun?